What was your journey into founding your own startup and the beginnings of the company?
I'd like to start the story start from when I joined this institute. So I did my PhD in China, Chinese Academy of Sciences. And after that, I was watching to try to look for a new position actually in Europe because I was in China, it's very crowded and more like a place to be more calm down, to have time to read and to learn more. And that time, neuromorphic was very new also in Europe actually. So it's just a start. And some groups are doing big hardware or big chips for mimicking the brain. So
And when was that?
that was 2012. Yeah. So and then I met Giacomo in Capcacia is a workshop. In this is one of this famous neuromorphic workshop. One of that actually. Another one is in Telluride. So I met him there and I was asking Giacomo whether there was a position, and fortunately he said yes, and he left some question to me actually to answer. So, and I think I was lucky. So I got the position and then joined Giacomo's group because for me neuromorphic is very new, but it's very interesting. And I see saw the potential actually for that at that time, for the future. And but before that, actually, I was doing the normal traditional hardware like a SRAM FPGA thing, and I was a traditional mixed signal circuit designer. So for me, it's also very new. Actually, it's difficult for me also. So starting from the first year, I joined INI, this institute. The institute is the first joint institute between University of Zurich and ETH Zurich. It's the first one actually. It started from 1995, and Giacomo also was the very that time he joined the second year. 1996, he joined the institute with his colleagues. And now currently he's the director of the institute. So he's also on the good position, right? So, but anyway, for me, it's very new and it's difficult. And I was trying to understand what that, but it's very difficult. So even during the lab meetings, the group meetings, or the meeting together with some other colleagues in the institute, it's very challenging for me. So I don't understand what they're saying. One thing is because my English is not that level. And I don't know, also I'm not professional in neuromorphic that time. So especially once we sitting with some other scientists, they are talking about neuroscience and the neural network, neural models, different things. So for me, it's really challenging. And but fortunately, I was focusing on hardware development. So I did several chips. So start from 2012, I was working on the Rose chip. So it's something like, it's also, I think at that time, it's also very advanced hardware. INI started doing that. It's a EU project. And fortunately, we did it and it worked. And then we started doing some other chip to make a bigger scale. That time, the first chip was just a single one. It cannot scale up. But we know our brain is more like a bigger size. Also, for each block, maybe the architecture is kind of similar, right? So it's very natural for people to think, the problem maybe if we can make small chips, but if easier to make it scale up, right? Bigger system, it's going to be interesting. So that time, in 2014, we're focusing on this multi-chip solution to make multi-cores and multi-chips, and on the chip level, on the system level, try to integrate it. Yeah, so that we did another chip we called Dynamic SE. Yeah, so we made it actually on the desk. You can still see that, especially in INI, there are a lot of students, they are using that for experiments. Yeah, so that was a successful project. And then started from 2016, we did another one, trying to merge the existing two chip together, and that was another big project we called New RAM 3. With ST microelectronics. So that one is trying to merge two chips together and still make it scalable, but with advanced technology. It's a 22 nanometer process and it's a mixed signal. So it's kind of very advanced mixed signal circuit inside with ultra low power and scalable to mimic the brain, right? So it's fantastic. But in 2017, once we got the chip back, actually, AI was also hot at the time. So all people that are talking about AI, especially for us, actually, it's kind of interesting. is something strange actually, because people they question you. So the AI they're talking about is about deep learning, right? It's not neuromorphic. And the neuromorphic, you are seeing neuromorphic is more mimic experience, right? It's from the brain study. You are trying to make the chip work like the brain. Then what is the function, right? So where is the application for that? So actually at that time, we don't have any application, no application using the technology. It's just something on the desk, and it's just something, it's general purpose. We're trying to help the scientists actually to understand how the brain works. So they guess there might be some network running in your brain, right? You try to mimic it in the hardware, try to see whether the network works or not. But it's not serving the purpose. It's not trying to do gesture, or do some body, or do the speech command, do nothing basically. So all the existing AI companies are all doing machine learning, doing deep learning thing. Yeah. So yeah, that's why actually we thinking about to start a company. We want to bring this one to real life, and try to start to think about the problem, start from another direction. So before that, we all doing more like maybe the brain start to reverse engineering the brain, right? So now it's another direction. Try to start from the the problem first, and try to understand what people need, and then maybe it's a gesture recognition, or maybe it's a speech command, or body signal monitoring, and then we try to use the technology to fix the problem. Yeah, that's another direction. So that's also make us more advanced compared with some other startups in this direction. So in March of 2017, we started the company with Giacomo Indri, and try to, together with Yini. So Yini is still working on the basic research, but the company is more for applications, for industrial applications. Yeah. So this is the whole story.